Hey guys, it's Apselene. Today I'll be doing a pretty chill speed paint and talking about some issues in the YouTube animation community, specifically the anger and the stigma around creating animation memes as like an artist. I know a lot of you guys enjoyed my tablet reviews in which I just spoke about the tablet over speed paint and stuff, so like I'm not super good at like freehand talking, but I can talk about specific topics and at least kind of script them and, you know, discuss things. By the way, I'm really sorry I took a long time to get my animations out there. They do take a while, and I'm also juggling like commissions and personal things all at once. So thank you all for being like super patient, and I really hope you enjoy the next animation that I come out with. Anyway, let's dive right into the subject. When it comes to animation memes, there's like a 50-50 bias against them, but I wanted to discuss my take on where genuine negativity and hate towards this community comes from. As an animation meme maker, I really hope that this helps you feel more comfortable, kind of more understanding of like where the hate comes from, and potentially as a hater, like what this is all about, and make you kind of understand further. The first problem I see is that expectations are really high for animators. The bars are set high for some reason when you post on YouTube, and people expect you to be like super amazing when, you know, everybody starts somewhere. I just want to say to that you don't really know what skill level an animation / an artist is at. Regardless of their illustrative art skill, they can still be a novice animator. The same goes with work pace and general time an artist has / wants to work on something. Sometimes artists just want to experiment and post without trying to like impress or enlighten people with their crazy amazing skills, you know? Another thing I wanted to say is that people, and normally outsiders or people who don't know about animation memes, expect fully animated short story type films when they see animation in the title. Animation memes just aren't like that. That's not what they are. They're not a short film, because if they were a short film, it'd be called a short film. But don't get me wrong, they can be fully animated, you know, they can have a lot of extra animated showing off your skills, like bits in between it, but after a long point in which you're doing an animation meme, it starts to not become a meme, and it starts to become more like a animation music video. You know what I mean? Because nobody's gonna do like a 3-minute, like even, or like 5-minute long animation meme, because after that it'll just get super repetitive, because that's just how animation memes work. If you do make a whole like maybe 5-minute or like 4-minute, 3-minute like music video that's animated, they'll probably call it an animated music video. Animation memes are basically a kind of their own. Regardless of how much you dislike them, they exist, and they are now a specific genre. Another thing I see, which is really odd, is that people believe that animation memes are ruining YouTube. I've heard someone say that animation memes are destroying the system of YouTube because they receive the popularity that they quote-unquote do not deserve, as if they're cheating the algorithm or something. Before I say anything pertaining to this, I just want to state that animators on YouTube are not favored by the algorithm, like no matter how you slice it. Animation takes time. No matter how quote-unquote low effort you believe that they may be, it takes time to illustrate, possibly animate, maybe tween, and then edit a video. No matter how you look at it, animation videos still take time to produce and are generally shorter than most successfully monetized content. Animation memes are generally made with copyrighted music, so the artist usually makes nothing anyway. Sometimes people forget that artists actually do this for fun. Another thing I see people get angry about is the popularity spike. The popularity spike when an original animation meme comes out tend to make people really angry, feeling like it's shit content and it doesn't deserve the recognition. Because content is not your taste doesn't make it any less valid than the content that you're interested in. The reason the popularity spikes so fast is literally the young audience and the community. You see, animation memes are basically one giant collaboration, to look at it simply. An artist makes an original and fans follow it up with personalized versions of the original. Doing this allows the artist to become inspired quicker because the concept is like already immediately put in front of their face. This causes tons of people to do it. This also causes the attention to inevitably always shift back to the original, and this causes the view spike that you hate so much. It's not cheating, it's just a large active community. Audiences are getting younger and younger, and the kids who are interested in slightly different things, like maybe digital animation, digital art, or like anime, stuff like that, kind of like outsiders, they will flock to these communities on the internet and hold on to it in hopes to make like more friends with similar interests. And that's why the community is so massive. It's funny, and I don't mean to be rude to anybody or disrespect a person and like how they do things, especially since I make animation memes myself, but I was curious and decided to check out a YouTuber who despises animation memes and see what kind of content they produce, and maybe kind of get a feel for where like the source of this anger comes from, or at least a source. So when I took a look, I saw a person who made, I guess kind of like rant or informational kind of videos, talking about topics with the whole forced eye-catching thumbnails, maybe about 12-minute long videos, still and sometimes changing backgrounds with a talk sprite that maybe had like 3 emotion frames, averaging about 400 views per video, give or take. I think you know what kind of content I'm talking about, in which the talk sprites are kind of switching between emotions while they're talking about something, kind of like my Patreon video, but like less animation to it. And when I see stuff like this, I understand, like I understand where the hate comes from, because like they're getting like low views on stuff that they probably work hard on, you know what I mean? But the reality is, these videos are no better quality and visually appealing than some of the most still and frigid animation memes out there. And the craziest part is that they're like 3 times longer than animation memes. Now, if you were that person, what if one of your videos got like a ton of views because the concept that you did the video on was a wildly popular one, and then somebody came along and said, hey, your content is not worth this, and you should stop doing what you do and stop creating, you're ruining YouTube? Would you think that comment would be fair? Now, I'm not saying that the hate on situations like this is gonna stop, obviously, but I just want people to gain a bit of perspective before going into a community without understanding and, you know, getting kind of envious of like all of this attention that this person's getting. And to be fair, the topics in this guy's video were kind of like not relatable / kind of out there topics, and they were very like niche, but I really do wish them luck with their content. Before I end this video, I just want to say that the people who aren't angry out of envy or general dislike, and you're angry about the fact that the community hijacked your word meme, you gotta let it go. That's what the community has named them due to their repetitious nature. At this point, millions of people specify them that way, and they probably won't change the way that they specify them now. So I'm sorry. And the very, very last thing I want to talk about is kind of a personal thing. It's kind of like a mini rant, I guess, in the middle of this video. But let me know if you've experienced something like this as your time as like an animator posting animation memes onto YouTube. Basically, I'll get random comments saying something along the lines of, wow, your animation is really nice. It's a shame you waste it on animation memes though. Or like, you're wasting your talent, like you're wasting this effort on animation memes. Not only do I think that this is a hard blow to my artistic self-esteem and what I choose to find enjoyment in making, but I think that sometimes people do not understand how ignorant a statement like this actually is. What I do are art pieces. They're bringing my characters and my stories to life in a way that doesn't have a massive kind of stressful project kind of like weight to it. I tell people all the time I'm a beginner at animation and I'm not a beginner at illustrating. I've been drawing for 10 years now, and I've been animating for like 1.5. I don't quote-unquote waste my time doing animation memes. I use them, and I use them to test how creative I can get. how comfortable I am with animating certain things. This also causes me to learn normal animation principles, since I'm still technically learning the basics. I will spend a huge amount of time on a single little animation meme because not only am I trying to break my comfort zone, but I am learning and I'm stopping, I'm revising, I'm seeing what looks cooler and what pushes the motion in a more clear way. I'm genuinely using these as a fun, satisfying learning experience. Not only that, but I have the comfort of like a supportive community around me, getting the benefits of being able to practice and learn new principles of animation and implement them, and then have a community support you. It's amazing. And I also find this really funny, like this statement that people say, because drawing an illustration or a doodle or a sketch takes way less time than doing an animation, yet I'm told that my animation memes are wasting my talent. By the way, if you're an artist who has a fun time practicing using animation memes, you're fine. It's really good practice and good content to get under your belt as an artist. Push yourself, learn different types of animations, different programs, and just continue improving yourself by doing these fun activities. And for the community as a whole, I encourage you to keep trying new things, keep experimenting, don't get stressed out by negativity. Rude comments are always hard to take, but in between all of that, you have this wonderful spark of creativity that you possess, and it's amazing. So just keep going, honestly. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. So if you guys like this Speedpaint and are interested in seeing any of the high-res and PSD files of my artwork and also work in progresses of my animations and stuff like that, feel free to check out my Patreon. Along with this, I wanted to mention my social medias, like my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook, since I haven't really talked about them on my YouTube yet. So if you guys have interest in following me on other social medias, feel free to. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.